Of La Penta, it's WICR.
Hello, Iona College. Welcome back to the WICR Morning Show. I am your host with the most, Jersey Joe. Come with our producer, Ian Sachs, and the main man of the morning show, Ken Reichman.
The host with the least, you
Gentlemen. Okay, the host with the least?
Well, apparently I'm the producer.
The
now.
producer, Ian Sachs.
Apparently.
Ian really did a really good job today producing for us.
Well, the fact that Joe just told me about this, 2 minutes ago, I mean, of course I'm going to produce the greatest show ever.
There you go.
Well, I'm ready for it.
Well, if you wrote in the USA Today paper, then you've done a very good job because there's a lot of good
reading
information.
USA Today for the last 2 hours.
I actually did write in there.
There you go.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you really?
No.
Oh. I was impressed for a minute.
Right in the Ionian now.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
You know, same caliber.
Yeah, we're just as good as USA Today.
About
Probably
so.
have the same amount of readers, honestly.
Hey, USA Today, that's my paper right
Yeah,
there.
I'm sure it is.
That's my
very
bad.
easy to read there.
A lot of graphs.
Yes.
I do like pictures, very aesthetically
They
pleasing.
probably have a pie chart introducing their favorite bars and a bar graph introducing their favorite pies.
That's about a pretty accurate statement right there. But let's get into it, guys. We got a lot to go into. You got sports. You got a lot.
What do we now?
The surprising thing this morning when I was reading through the paper, getting ready for the show, is I did not realize how many good, how the entertainment sector is really picking up. You've got a lot of big shows starting
Fall
tonight.
TV.
Fall TV is starting.
time.
It's great. I mean, I did not know this morning. You've got Gotham starting tonight. You've got The Big Bang Theory starting tonight. Now, I want to ask you guys about The Big Bang Theory because it's one of those shows where I've found for a lot of people you either love it or you hate it. I'm one of those people. I love the show. It's one of my favorite comedies on TV. I don't really stay with it. I mean, I watch it when I can, but when I see it's on and I have some time, I do definitely like to watch that show.
Time to.
It's a real shame, Joe.
Yeah.
So you're not a fan of the show.
Time to
No.
grill Joe again.
Yeah,
Joe,
here we
come
go.
on, brother.
Yeah.
What-
What are you doing?
Not my favorite. It's not. You know what? It's not awful. Don't get me wrong. It's not an awful show. I just don't think it's very good.
Same here.
I don't really like the whole. I think if there was one less nerdy man, that'd be cool.
I love Sheldon.
Okay, he makes me angry. Just makes me angry. Every time I hear him, I want to hurt the television.
That's not good.
No, it's not. That's why I can't watch the show anymore. But no, and the fact that they wanted Friends money, they're not friends. They're not friends.
No,
They're not the
no.
Friends crew. They're not the Friends
not-
show.
not even close
a
to
little
Friends.
bit. Not even
No.
a little bit. So get out. Get out.
That's interesting because
Get out.
I find that the same thing is it's that thing. You either like a guy like me and it's one of your favorite comedies on television, or you're Ken and you're Ian and you just you can't you turn the show off when it comes on.
It's crazy. There's clearly a lot more of Joes than there are.
There
of
is,
us.
and I think I don't know. I
That's
really
unfortunate.
I like if you look at the way the show is kind of developed and the way the characters have kind of changed. I don't know. I just really like the writing of it. I like the jokes of it. I love Sheldon. Sheldon kind of reminds me of myself a little
Oh no,
bit.
Joe, don't say that.
He does a little bit.
Joe,
Because-
Joe, you're a good man.
No. Not from that kind of point. From the point of he has kind of all his rules, and I have a lot of rules about things
Oh, yeah,
too.
Joe?
He has his rules about he has a pair of bus pants. He won't ride the bus without his bus pants. I have a lot of rules like that.
Do you have bus pants?
I kind of do have a pair of bus
Honestly.
pants. I mean, I don't ride the
Joe.
bus really, but if I did, I would assign a certain pair of pants to ride the bus on.
Do you have a specific jersey for the
Yeah,
bus,
is it like
Joe?
jersey
Is there
bus?
a jersey for the bus? You'd probably have to go into the retirement closet for that.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd wear one of the premier ones riding the bus.
Is this Winslow jersey premiere?
Oh, this is definitely. I would not wear. This would not be a bus jersey. No,
How do you like the Chargers, New Jersey?
I love
Yeah,
them.
the blue.
Here, the thing is, I like this style here. If you're watching us on UStream, you can see it. It's this is more of their '80s one, but I wish they would go back to the powder blue as the default one. I love powder blue. If it's powder blue, I think powder blue is just such a good look for any jersey, no matter what sport it is. You like it powder blue, Ken? I mean, you're sporting the Islanders.
Yeah, I like the electric blue. I like the one you're wearing right
Man.
now. I like that a
We're
lot.
disagreeing on a lot this morning. You don't like the Big Bang Theory. You don't like powder blue. You
Well,
don't
powder,
like
there's
Sheldon.
nothing wrong with
Well,
powder
that's it.
blue. It's just not my go-to color.
That's
of
my go-to color.
sports choice. But
you like tough
I do
colors for
enjoy powder
sports?
blue. No, I'm just saying. I like that blue, the one that you got on right now.
Yeah, I like
one's,
this one
that
too.
one's nice. It's dark, but it's bright at the same time, which is
true.
hard to do.
It is
Which
hard
is
to do.
hard to do.
Hard to do. Let's go on to the next one, though. I did also mention before Gotham. We gave you a big Gotham preview a couple morning shows back. Mr. Armand Madeo, our Wednesday producer,
Not upset that I missed that one.
very excited. Okay, well, man, so you've already set it up already. USA Today gave it a 3 out of 4, so not too bad. One of the things they wrote in their review, which I definitely thought was a point I was going to say, was for the people who aren't the hardcore Gotham fans, I think this show you might not be as into with because it really revolves very heavily on James Gordon and some of the lesser-known characters, and I don't know if there's that appeal there to somebody who's not that hardcore Batman fan, which they did say in the review, but I don't
Well,
know.
I'll tell you,
I'm
there's
excited
not.
for it.
There's
Yeah,
not.
you don't-
As a non-hardcore Batman fan, I really don't like superheroes are cool. They they do their thing. They save the world. Woo, love it. But like, I don't know. Like I got better things to do than like see what James Gordon, the fictional character, is up to in like an extended version of The Dark Knight. Like, come on.
All right, Ian, what do you think?
I'm with Kenny here.
Boy.
I'm not that much of a superhero guy, so I'm not that into it. And like,
You're not that much of a superhero guy, so you're not into the secondary characters developing story.
I'm just all by
as-
myself
as-
this morning.
As much of a shock as that is, I have to break it to you. I mean, this is breaking news, like a developing story on the
Boy.
morning show.
Do we have a news bed? Get the news bed going.
Yeah.
Get the news bed going? I'm not going to hit the news bed, so why don't you just get into it?
Well, no, just that like I like the idea of the superheroes. I feel the same way Kenny does, but I'm not like all of a sudden the new Batman movie or Marvel movie comes out and like I have to
You're gonna be online at midnight,
and
right?
I have to drop everything to go see it.
You'll see it eventually.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
See,
A lot of times I don't even see those in theaters because
Same here.
I don't waste my time.
wow. I'm all by myself this morning.
They're
on
gonna
the morning
win.
Show.
They're gonna win. All right.
But
That's our breaking news right there.
There's the breaking
They're
news.
gonna win.
Every movie you see that involves a superhero, I can guarantee you, ma'am or sir, that they are going to win.
Because if they're not gonna win, then they can't make a sequel.
And if they can't make a sequel, then they're gonna jump off the top of the
But
building.
that's the thing. Does that really take away your enjoyment?
Yes.
I mean, we all agree The Dark Knight is arguably one of the best movies ever made. I mean, you knew in the end Batman was gonna win, but did that were you ever like thinking
Well,
about
first
that the
off-
whole time? Come on.
First off, can we go back to the statement that The Dark Knight is one of the best movies ever made?
Yeah.
Oh, it is one.
I'm not.
Wow.
Not on that
You
level.
really don't.
I loved
Heath
it.
Ledger.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought there were great acting performances. I thought it was great story. I thought there was great writing, great direction from Nolan. But one of the best movies ever made might be a little bit of a
I
push
think
there,
it's
Joe.
Look at IMBD. You know where they have that
Look
movie
at
ranked in the top
IMBD.
250. I believe it's in the top 10.
The database.
The database of movies. Exactly. You can't refute that.
Well-
You can't do it.
You know who writes for IMDb?
People like me.
People like Ian Sachs.
People like Ian Sachs. There you go. I'm surprised though. I really am. I mean, I don't know. I think when you go into a superhero movie, I think sometimes you're very harsh on on some things. I think
am.
sometimes you just got to take it for what it is and enjoy it for
No, I'm
what
not
it
cool
is.
with that.
See, like if
I
you're-
need it to be better than what it is.
You're probably one of the guys who hated Guardians of the Galaxy if you did see it or something like
I
that.
never saw it.
You never saw it? Okay.
Because again, I don't
saw
really.
it.
You know.
Ian, you did see it, and you said it was okay, right?
Yeah, it was alright, but my favorite part of it was that Batista was in it.
Exactly.
So I mean,
And he did play a really great role in that movie.
yeah.
I don't know though. I
But,
think,
but
I'll see it.
I'm a WWE fan, so
Yeah.
I'm like big on like Batista's one of my 3 favorite wrestlers of all time.
I'll get
oh
there.
man,
I'll
if
get
I
to the
was
Galaxy.
if I was trying to do my Colin Coward right now, I would go off on wrestling. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not
No.
gonna do that. I'm not
I
gonna
like,
crush your dreams like you're crushing mine on the morning show with your Dark Knight
I'm
bashing.
not sure if
and
I
your-
like Chris Pratt. Is I think the problem with that movie for me.
as Star Lord.
No, as an actor.
Is he? Well, he was the guy who played Star.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
know the names.
Yeah, he was in what's he in Parks and Rec and
And that's
bunch
one
other
of the
stuff.
things a lot of people kind of were critical of. Like, you can't take that guy in like a serious role like that. And I mean, Star-Lord's not like a serious character, but I don't know. I thought he played a good role.
There were some comedic moments, though.
Yeah,
Which was
definitely.
good.
And I'm sure I don't know. I just don't like his character in Parks and Rec, so maybe that's why I don't like
Well,
him.
Ken, as the very like tough, critical, harsh reviewer that you are, what's Ken Reichman's show? What's the Ken Reichman
Ken's
mindset?
looking
kind of?
forward to. I don't even know if it came out last night or tonight, but Madam Secretary on CBS is probably going to be really good. Hopefully, new series getting started.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, don't worry, Joe.
Wow, Joe.
Well, that's the thing is, I guess Ken and
what's
I
her
are
name?
just different
She-
in that regard.
she's-
I like
she's the
Gotham. He likes
blonde
Madame
woman-
Curie or whatever.
Okay,
she is.
secretary, Madam
Yeah, secretary, whatever.
But the Secretary of State, which
I'm watching
is an
James
actual
Corden.
real position in
Not-
a real world country.
Not the secondary
Not
characters
Gotham
in
in
Gotham.
Yeah, not a
So-
developing story of the cop.
So a
in Batman.
commissioner in the Gotham Police Department is not a real position, technically.
Technically, no,
Yeah,
because Gotham does not exist.
Gotham
Agreed,
is
agreed.
technically a mirror image of Detroit,
Really?
basically. I mean,
I thought it was New York.
I guess you could say New York to a point. Back when New
New
York
York
had
to
the
a
big
point.
crime
Did
problems.
you watch the last Batman with Christian Bale?
Did I watch them? They're in my top 10 movies.
I
of
know
all
they
time,
are.
Ken.
So
We
yes,
talked
you've
about
seen them.
that.
So you
There
know
you
how
go.
Detroit doesn't have bridges leading all into the city,
That's
and you
true.
can't just cut it
That's
off
a good
by
point.
blowing up the bridges.
That's true. That's
you
a
know
good
what
point. There
place
go.
you can, Joe? Do you know where you can do that?
I
Say
guess,
it, Joe.
I guess so. New York City.
Yeah, there you go.
go. Are you a Game of Thrones guy, Ken? You look
I
like a
wish.
Game of Thrones
I
guy.
wish I was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I was, but I watched it with somebody who really just makes me angry, and now I don't want to watch it.
There's a lot of anger when you're watching TV. The Bang Bang Theory. You got the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, listen, I would be like I'm a big Lord of the Rings guy.
Oh yeah.
So like if I like started watching Game of Thrones like yesterday, I'd be like, woo, Game of Thrones. But I started watching it, and there was a person there who really just makes me want to eat this plastic bottle
Wow.
in its entirety.
Wow.
So
That's a little extreme.
so I try not to I try
Intense.
not to do things that make me want to do that to myself,
Wow.
That probably sounds
which
good.
I think is good,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I think
But I
that's-
like the story.
that's a
I
good
think it's
thing.
I think it's really cool. So I have all my friends watch and read the
Okay.
story. So I just have them tell me what happened.
See, that's one of those
Nice.
things where
Nice.
everywhere you go, everybody's Game of Thrones,
Oh, yeah.
Game of Thrones, and it's something I've always wanted to kind of try out, but it's so progressing so much now that you'd have to start at square one.
You
and
gotta start at
I
square
just don't
one.
know if I could commit
Okay,
to that
why not,
right now.
Joe? You can commit to Gotham at
Yeah.
square one.
No, I'm not gonna. That's the thing is, I have to wait for Gotham to be over because obviously I have no time to watch it. It
Oh
conflicts
my
with Monday Night Football.
See this guy.
Oh
and
my
Nick's-
God.
No, that you need to stop yourself. So you need to stop yourself. What are you doing Tuesday nights? There's no way. There's nothing. There's
Schoolwork.
nothing. Oh, now he's a studious individual.
Oh, very studious, you know.
No,
just like Batman.
The funniest thing was when we were going to the Boys and Girls Club on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, all right, as long as since there are no good soccer games on this morning, like I'm okay to go.
He's wrong.
And then he
What
was
time
like,
do you wake up on the weekends, Joe?
Well, the English Premier League starts at 7 o'clock sharp most days, so I'm up as early as I can because I do not like to miss those early games. Can't do it. Can't do it.
I got no words.
I think sleep is a little more important than
I've got
soccer.
nothing, Joe.
See, here's the thing. Sleep is overrated. I put a tweet about that a couple of weeks
tweet?
ago. Yeah, of course.
What's your Twitter?
At SportsVault Iona.
Oh,
There you go.
I didn't know that.
And it was...
Got a little alias there.
There
guy.
you
Yeah,
go.
no, I
A
like
nice
that.
little plug there. Thank you, Ken Reichman, for giving
welcome.
me the assist. You know, it's like Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. You give me the assist, I dunk it in.
You telling me
So,
I'm Lob City right now?
Oh, of course we're Lob City. We're all about Lob
Lob
City on the
City.
WICR morning show. But yeah, I was saying, I mean, I don't know, sleep for me is kind of overrated. I'd rather be doing things, kind of gaining more perspective on the world. I like to be up.
All right, Joe, if you want to gain more perspective on the world, read a different paper than USA. That's
Very-
number one.
very
number
good.
two, I will sleep for you whenever you want. Okay?
There you go.
All right?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
we're making deals here.
Yeah.
Making deals here.
We're making deals.
Well, think about this. I mean, come on. What if Chelsea and Manchester City were that 7 o'clock game for the English Premier League?
I don't know.
Are
I
you
trust
really
that
gonna-
somebody was there to record it,
Yeah.
and then I'd watch it later.
But I mean, that's the thing. is-
I wouldn't watch it. Period.
Plus, I don't think I'd watch it anyway.
yeah.
There's something special about like watching it live, though. I mean, you just don't get the same like when you're watching it while it happens.
There's something special about dreaming.
About dream.
Well said. Well said.
See, that's the thing is like,
Even nightmares are special.
but that's the thing about sleep is like,
They tell you something.
They do.
I don't know. I just like I think that it's a. I mean, it's just I'd rather. I like to use my time to do
Perplexed.
things. Exactly. It's a complicated scenario because you need sleep. There's
You do.
nothing you can do about it, but I like being consciousness. I don't know. I feel like consciousness is better.
Nothing goes well for me when I'm conscious. So just take the sleep.
There we go.
You know.
Well, we've hit on a lot of points this morning. We talked a little bit of the shows
But
coming
Grey's
out.
Anatomy's on Thursday, and
About
that's
sleep.
exciting.
I don't know anything
Murder.
about that show.
The murder show.
Oh, How to Get
Anatomy,
Away with
yeah,
Murder
yeah.
from with Shonda
Viola-
Rhimes wrote it, right?
Yeah, and Viola Davis.
That's gonna be cool.
That's the show I'm
gonna be
looking
cool
forward
also.
to.
Yes, that's on ABC.
Yeah,
right?
ABC Thursday
Wednesday.
night.
No, Thursday.
Yeah.
So is that on right before Grey's Anatomy?
I think so.
Wow, Shonda Rhimes killing
Yeah.
the Thursday night
Wow.
ABC lineup.
Because I remember seeing the ads on ABC.
That's gonna be cool. What is it
for-
like a college professor?
Yeah, who teaches how to get away with murder.
That's crazy.
Is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show also on the
Dude.
ABC Thursday lineup? Because if that is...
No,
then-
it's probably on Fox. Because
No,
Daddy
it-
watches
no,
Fox.
I think
No,
ABC
no,
Shield
it's
is
ABC, and
it is
I think it's Wednesday night.
Wednesday nights. Okay, that makes sense. You know, you don't-
Thursday night is the big TV night, and that's why they
It
were.
is.
That's why everything.
You
was
want,
Thursday? Everything
it-
good
it
is
was-
going to be on Thursday.
It was the big TV night starting with ER.
Yeah,
When ER was on.
and then Grey's Anatomy took that role.
Well, I was going to talk about the other shows I'm excited for on CW, Arrow, and Flash, but I know how you guys feel about superheroes here.
CW.
Before we end the segment, though, I want to ask you guys. Netflix actually, going back to Gotham, backtracking a little bit.
boy.
Let's go back to Gotham for a minute.
Why?
All right.
Netflix bought the rights to air them as soon as the season ends, I believe for around $1 million per episode. Now, a lot of people were saying, man, this is a big, big gamble. I mean, that's a lot of money for each episode for a show you don't know how well it's going to do. But Netflix did it. They made that commitment.
You know what though?
Is it a
It's-
good move?
If it's a show about a superhero, you kind of know how well it's going to.
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, they know about.
They're not
people-
stupid.
They know about people like Joe.
Yeah. No, there's going to be people who watch it, and I'm not sure why, but there's going to be people who watch it, and they know that.
Well,
And
if there's
you
one
know.
thing I've learned, I mean, I'm a big into the comic book status. I mean, the
Oh,
Batman
really?
stuff. I love that kind of stuff. And if there's anything
Why
I've
don't
learned,
you like The Walking Dead then, Joe?
I do like The Walking Dead.
Oh.
Not the comic. I don't really follow the comic as much, but I love the show.
Joe's just picking
the show's
and choosing his
great.
comics.
There you go.
But the show is great.
The show is great. I love the show.
When does
I
that come back? Not this week, right? No way.
October,
That
somewhere
comes
in
out
October.
about Halloween time.
Exactly. I think around Halloween. I mean, I told you about it a little bit. I mean, when I can't watch on
Yeah,
Sundays
busy.
football, but when I get the chance and AMC runs that marathon where they just play them back to
Now,
back to back
this
to
makes
back,
me nervous.
love it. I
Joe
can't.
sitting down in front of a television watching 4 seasons of The Walking Dead.
Well, no, it was just like in the summer they had that one. I think it was like a Sunday where they started.
Now, do you
season-
watch like all baseball games too? There's
Oh,
no way.
In the summer, I watch a Yankee game and a Dodger game every night, pretty much.
Scary. Baseball is probably the worst thing in the
Well,
world. to
when
watch.
baseball now, I don't watch it nearly as much because of football and everything else. But when the summertime, baseball's really the only sport.
Dude, I'm
at
gonna
the
need you to
center.
watch. You know what? No, I'm gonna need you to commit to some hockey games.
Oh, of course. I'm very see hockey. I really I mean, I'm all in playoff time, but it's harder to follow throughout the season with basketball and everything and football. I mean, all the
Well,
other
you
sports.
can't prioritize here, Joe.
Well, and now
You have
soccer.
to be
so-
indiscriminate.
but I do like hockey. I mean,
I'm gonna need you to at least watch 2 games a week.
2 games a
That's
week.
not bad.
Well, and here's the thing you're going to enjoy. I would actually watch the Islanders over the Rangers.
Good.
I like the Islanders. I
why?
would.
Shut up,
I'm
Ian.
a Tavares fan.
Yeah.
I like the Islanders. I do. I've
So,
always liked them.
I'm gonna need you to commit to 2 hockey games. I don't care
Okay.
who plays. 2 hockey games per week, right?
Yep.
So you can do that on a Monday, on a Tuesday, and a Wednesday, right? So then that gives you Monday and Thursday night basketball.
There you go.
Football.
There you go.
Okay. You can watch late basketball games if you need to get the basketball games in because they're all crappy anyway.
Well,
There's
here's the
nothing
thing.
you can do about it.
I-
and then you can do Saturday basketball also.
I cannot miss any LeBron James anything. I probably missed 10 to 12 Heat games last year.
Oh my God.
I can't miss LeBron when he's on.
How do
I
you
won't
watch
do it.
those?
How do you watch those?
You have the NBA.
I get the package, yeah.
Of course,
I get the,
you got the package.
Well, no, but the thing is, like,
Doesn't have
it's,
to rake the leaves for the package. You just get the package.
it's special because one day I'm not going to be able to watch LeBron anymore, so I will not waste
that's
1
like the
minute.
saddest
I
I've ever heard.
can't do it.
Well, you can watch reruns.
You
of
could
games.
just YouTube it.
It's like Michael Jordan, one day all the fans who are watching him, that time was going to be over, so you've got to enjoy every second of it that you can. You
All right,
can't
Jeff.
waste any time you have
I
watching.
think you should sleep more, Joe.
So like I said, folks, #sleep. It's overrated. It is.
Hashtag sleep.
But before we finish this break, I will say to Ken, when the Blackhawks and the Kings are on, I'm all in. I'm watching.
I thought you were gonna watch the Islanders.
I am, but if I see Corey Crawford on the TV or Jonathan Quick in net,
Yeah,
I'm in.
y-
That game's staying on my TV.
You picked like the two most overrated goalies in the league.
Oh my
like-
God! Did you just say Jonathan Quick
Yes.
is overrated?
Yes.
Are you on drugs?
No, I.
Oh my
know
God.
how
I
to
want a
read
drug
stat
test
lines.
for Ken Reichman right now. Jonathan Quick is unbelievable.
Holy stupid.
When he's on top of his game, he is the hands down best goalie in NHL.
Unless you shoot it 3 inches off the ice.
Come on, who's better than John? Obviously,
Lundqvist.
Lundqvist. But
Look,
Lundqvist, you got to say, I mean, he stepped up big time in the playoffs
No,
this year.
he
But
just played like normal Hank.
Look,
I
all right,
have a hard time.
Let me get in on this. I'm a Kings fan, and I prefer Lundqvist.
I'm shocked.
Henrik Lundqvist is the best goalie in the league. Jonathan Quick is top 10.
No way.
Jonathan
Oh my
Quick
God.
is
Jonathan Quick
top
is top
7.
3, top 2. It's Lundqvist and
No.
Quick. Who's better than Jonathan Quick aside from Henrik Lundqvist?
There are a lot.
Jimmy Howard is better than him?
I would not say. I would say Corey
No way.
Schneider
Corey
is better.
Crawford is better.
Corey Crawford
This is
not
insanity.
better. No,
This
no,
is
Corey Crawford's
insanity.
not better. I said Corey Schneider. I meant Corey Schneider.
Okay.
Corey Schneider's better. Carey Price is better.
Oh my, come on. This is insanity. Pure insanity on the morning show.
You know, a little insanity, but also a little, brain knowledge. Tuukka Rask is better.
But Tuukka Rask is streaky. See, the thing I love about Quick is the consistency. I mean,
The kids, no. What? No, you don't get to hit me
he's
with a
won 2
consistent.
Stanley Cups.
But it doesn't mean they went undefeated. I'm so consistent. I'm gonna win every game until I go win
Look
a Stanley
at
Cup.
him
No,
in the playoffs.
Jonathan Quick's stat line over the last playoffs.
Come on, stats
Joe?
are so overrated for a
What?
goalie like that. You
What?
Just,
Joe, he's got the best defensive lineup in front of him in the National Hockey League, and he had the highest goals against average of any netminder in the playoffs. Now, granted, goals against average is probably the worst stat to go on goalies with.
Yeah.
Save percentage, on the other hand, which does not take into account shot quality, so who knows what's going on there. But his save percentage, Joe, was also not top 5 in the playoffs. That doesn't happen when you're the best goalie in the league.
I'll say
save
this.
percentage. With the best defense in front of you, Joe, you make the stops.
but I'll say this. I agree with you. This playoff, the Stanley Cup, he did not play well throughout this series. But before that, especially last year, in the 7 games that the Sharks and the Kings played last year, Jonathan Quick, that was some of the best goaltending I've ever seen in my whole life. The Sharks outplayed the Kings as a whole. There's no question about it. The only difference in that series was
You know
Jonathan
they scored
Quick.
14 goals in 3 games, right?
That's this year. I'm talking about last year. This year, I agree with you. There's no question. Jonathan Quick was not at the top of his game goaltending this year throughout the playoffs.
Joe,
but
things changed, Joe.
Jonathan Quick,
Been over a year and a half now since
I'm
that
shocked.
series, brother.
I'm shocked at this. I really am.
I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It's a
My-
myth that's been perpetuated through the hockey world for a long time.
The thing
you're
I-
a newcomer, so I don't blame you.
And that's the thing is, I don't follow hockey as closely as you do, but my eyes tell me when I
the
watch,
eyes.
Jonathan Quick is special.
Yeah, no,
Jonathan
it's-
Quick
you know
is
what? There's a difference
at a different
between
level.
when the stats and your eyes don't match up. The thing that shouldn't be done is, and this is for any sport, and this is
Well,
for any
the-
sport and any eye test that you give.
I'll
because I
disagree
think-
with you there, though.
I think that Matt Dendecker is good because I watch him play and I think he's good. But the stats will tell you that he's batting .207 and he can't hit a lick and he can't play defense either and he makes dumb base running mistakes and he's stupid and he's bad. Now my eyes say throw the stats away because I think he's got potential. I think he's going to be just fine. The stats, on the other hand, say, Ken, you're being an idiot. He's not very good. You'll find somebody else to play left field. That is what you need to listen to.
I'll say this. The only sport where stats really tell you the whole story is baseball. Stats in basketball are very overrated. Stats in football. I mean, look at basketball. If you go by stats, you would probably say Carmelo Anthony is probably the best, one of the top 2 players in the NBA. Carmelo Anthony, from my point of view, one of the most overrated players in the NBA. Doesn't play both ends of the floor. They don't have stats for showing LeBron playing defense. They don't have. I mean, if you look at his stat line, it's just scoring. His shooting percentage is not good.
Horrible.
He doesn't take good shots. So stats are very overrated and misleading. And I mean, baseball is really the only sport where you can look at stats and just pick out everything you need to know. Stats in football don't tell you a big play that a defensive player makes to change the game, a certain throw that a quarterback makes that change the game. So I think stats in every sport except for baseball are really, really overvalued and overrated at times. It just doesn't tell the whole story.
You're the kind of guy, Joe, right? That when it's down, you got one roster spot left, and you've got Ian over here who's like he's like young, he's like 18, but he's really good, like he's really talented, right? And you've got one roster spot left in any sport. You're the kind of guy who would say, no, I don't want the 18-year-old Ian Sachs with the talent. I want the 47-year-old Ken, who's been to the playoffs 14 times, who can't do anything anymore, but who's going to walk around the locker room with a big smile on his face, telling everybody how awesome they are and making everybody happy.
Well,
right?
that depends. Am I the Lakers right now, who's just needs young talent, or am I a team that just needs who's just a couple players away?
You're a team that's just a couple players away.
What sport is this?
Any sport.
Any sport. Well, see, that changes dramatically.
Any sport.
Because
any sport.
Well, I've got to see see how the rest of the roster looks.
He's gonna take the
Do I have a
47-year-old.
quarterback? No, absolutely. It all is circumstantial. I mean, you could be
There's something to me that just says never would I ever. I don't care what team I am. I'm always taking the young talent.
Well, it depends. I mean, is this like one of the top prospects in the world?
Well,
I mean,
no.
is this
I mean,
like
he wouldn't be available at that point.
at
I mean, if
last
you're a
round.
team that just needs veteran players on NBA teams, if you're like a championship caliber team, it's always good to have those older guys to have on the bench, kind of to mentor the young guys. They've been in those situations before. Football too, it's important to have some of those older guys. You look at the Bengals, how well they've been playing. They've evened out their roster really well with the veterans, with the young guys. So I think it's important to have that balance between you still got some of the vets on your team and you've got all the young talent as well.
Joe's favorite cliches are, quote, good in the room, clutch, lot of heart, grit, character.
I like character is big.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I'm just a fan of excellence. Like, my 3 favorite guys are Clayton Kershaw, LeBron James, and Andrew Luck. What do all 3 of those guys have in common? I think they define greatness.
2 championships.
Well, I mean, of course, circumstance. I mean, look, Andrew Luck is in his 3rd season. He's gonna have his moments. Clayton Kershaw, it's baseball. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen there.
Weird.
Baseball's very weird.
Especially for a pitcher.
A pitcher, exactly. But individually, I mean, in LeBron, I mean, he's got his rings too. But individually, I mean, I think those guys, they just
he's
define.
Out of fingers now, that boy.
Exactly. He's gonna need a couple more because he's gonna get some more, I think. But I just think I'm a fan. I know greatness when I see it.
I mean, I think I want LeBron to win, but I also don't really like Cleveland. Ohio makes me angry.
Jeez. First Big Bang Theory.
Okay, Ken.
Then Game of Thrones people. Now
Ohio?
Cleveland.
Like what? Like Cleveland hasn't won like a sports
in
anything
over 50 years.
Yeah.
over 50 years, and I think I like it.
You think you like it?
You like it like that?
Same thing with the Cubs. Like if I'm alive to watch them win the World Series, I'm probably gonna smile a little bit, and then I'm gonna realize, damn it, the Cubs won. You know.
No, there's no curse in
I want the Cubs to lose forever, and therefore I want Cleveland to lose forever.
Well, I talked about it a little bit last week. I mean, look, I support anyone who wants to be a front runner. I mean, why do you suffer through misery if you're a Cubs fan for all that time? Pick a team who wins. Enjoy.
Wow.
Pick a team.
Joe,
Reward
you
excellence. Demand excellence.
Joe,
That's my motto.
You perpetuate all the things that are wrong with sports.
Yeah, Joe.
Stats are overrated.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah.
In everything except baseball.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
Sure. Stats are overrated. It's all about character in the room.
Joe,
No, I didn't say all about character.
And be a front runner.
Oh, definitely, definitely be a front runner, folks. Be a front runner. I advocate being a front runner. Jump on the Cleveland bandwagon now. Reward excellence. Don't reward mediocrity. Reward excellence.
He's a fan of character, and yet he's telling people to be front
yeah,
runners.
he's such a big
Joe,
character,
what about
man.
loyalty?
Why can't you be both?
Loyalty.
Why can't you be both? What's wrong with Andrew Luck, Clayton Kershaw, LeBron James? Where's the character problem in these guys?
It takes character to be with the team through thick and thin.
No, Joe. Where's your character?
Where?
Joe, we're talking about you now, brother.
We're not questioning your guys. We like them too, but we're questioning you.
Yeah.
Where's
your character?
You're all about character, and you want people to be a front runner. Those two things don't add up.
That's not. It's like saying that I'm gonna drink some apple juice.
Why
with an
aren't
orange.
the two interchangeable though? Why can't I have character and why can't I demand excellence from my team? Why
You
do I?
can demand excellence from your team, but you got to stay with your team, Joe.
Well, who says that? Why do I have to be a Royals fan and
Who
wait?
says that? He says. Joe,
If
did
I'm
you
a
ever play
Royals-
Little League? Did you ever play Little League?
Played for the Baltimore Orioles.
Play for the Baltimore Orioles. What happened when you lost a game?
Well, we won 3 games, so we were pretty used to losing.
Okay, so what happened when you lost?
I went home and I watched the big boys play.
You went home and you watched Big Boys play, but when you came back out for the next game next week, did you wear your Baltimore Orioles uniform, Joe, or did you put on the Phillies uniform?
Well, that's kind of different. I can't.
No,
just switch
Joe,
teams.
it's the same thing.
It's not even close to the same thing.
Yes,
This
it is.
You can't
Joe,
choose
it's
what
the
team
same
you play for in Little
And
League.
then you can't choose which team you love, Joe. You can't choose who you love.
But
And part of the thing with that is, I said this when I did this segment about this on the Sportswell last week is, I kind of disagree with my own argument because as a Lions fan, well, I should just jump ship because the Lions haven't done anything
But you're
for
a
me.
Lions fan.
They've never won anything to help me
Lions
out.
and Chargers is 2 teams.
Exactly. They've never won anything.
How many Super Bowls,
Yeah.
Joe? How many Super Bowls?
Oh, that's the thing. But I think what I'm
Say
more
it, Joe.
speaking
How
of...
many?
Oh, 0, of
All right,
course.
there you go.
And it's not going to happen anytime soon, although the Chargers are playing pretty well right now. But I would say individual greatness is more of what I think I'm attracted to. I mean, the individual stars like the LeBrons, the Clayton Kershaws, the Andrew Lucks.
You can still love them and be loyal to your team. You don't have to be
You can.
a Colts fan because Andrew Luck's on the team. You can root for Andrew Luck.
I'm not a Colts fan. I'm a fan of Andrew Luck. I love Andrew Luck.
That's fine.
But I am saying, though...
you can't tell people who are Raiders fans that they should, get off their high horse, clean their faces, and go root for the Chargers.
But that's the thing is, I don't say that you have to, but I'm saying if you do, I understand it. I support it. If
No,
you're a
you shouldn't
Raiders
support
fan
that, Joe.
and you want to jump ship,
No.
I'm on board.
No.
If you're an Atlanta Hawks fan and you want to jump over to the Lakers or the Cavs,
No.
go nuts.
No.
I support it. I understand it.
Don't you dare.
You don't want to... Why reward
Don't you
mediocrity? Irrelevance in sports. There's nothing worse than irrelevance in sports. Demand excellence, folks.
Joe, if one team wins, another team's got to lose, right?
Yeah,
That's the way things work.
but there's a difference between...
You got to lose a few so you can enjoy the win.
There's a difference between...
That's why it rains, Joe. You
me-
can't enjoy the sunny days without some rainy days.
I don't know. There's a difference between mediocrity and greatness. Demand greatness in all
You're telling me
aspects
that
of life.
the Colts are great?
What do you mean? Well, what do you mean?
No. You're saying this on a team basis. Meanwhile, you define greatness on a player basis. So,
True.
what is your definition of greatness? Is it Andrew Luck or is it the Colts?
That's a good point. I think organizational greatness and individual greatness are a little different.
Well, then you can't advocate jumping ship organizationally if you're talking about individual.
Sure. Well, I mean, from my perspective, I'm more of an individual. But I am saying I understand that if you're an organizational one,
alright,
if you're a
but no,
Raiders
yeah,
fan.
But you can't say
Yeah.
demand greatness.
Sure.
And then not everybody's Andrew Luck. That's why he's great, because there's only one of them.
Yeah, but there's a lot of great there's 5 great quarterbacks. Be a fan of one of them.
What? Okay, be a fan of one of them, not the team that they're on.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
Joe, you're saying
We're
that
running them around in circles.
that I think what would have made it so much easier for Joe was if he just said it's okay to jump ship when one of your favorite players goes to another team.
Well, I think maybe I didn't explain my point well, but what I was trying to pretty much say is, if you're a fan of a team who's just been mediocre, it's okay. I support you if you want to jump ships to a winning organization. But for myself, I'm just a fan of individual greatness, not as much of just jumping teams.
There you go.
That's probably the best way I could
Joe.
put it. There we go. It took us a while to get
we
there.
had to get you there.
It took us a while to get there, but this was good, you know?
Okay.
Going on a journey through the morning show. That was a very good first segment, though. You know, we kind of jumped from everything to sports, debating about Jonathan Quick, Gotham, Big Bang Theory. We went all around the spectrum. I don't know what we're going to come back with. It could be a mystery.
Hopefully
who knows
our
what
producer
it will
knows.
lead to. Yeah, exactly. So thank you for joining the first segment of WICR Morning Show, and we will be right back.